That works.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremiah Red, and this is the Basura Triangle Podcast. We are coming at you live from Corky's in Temple, Texas. Temple's #1 destination for entertainment. My co-host, we finally found him. We had to drag him out of a Goodwill's where he spends most of his time. It's not the coffee shop. Gary Sprague, everybody.
What's up, guys? Goodwill's and coffee shops. That's where you find me. It's either good coffee or trash that I try to resell on eBay.
How's that working for you?
I mean, pretty good. Dumb people are on eBay and they buy like dumb shit.
Okay, so we'll use that. We'll use that to fund our stuff. So we won't necessarily need the Patreon anymore.
Yeah, I sold a NASCAR T-shirt that I bought for $2. I sold it for $235.
Jesus Christ, when was this?
This is like a couple weeks ago.
Was it Dale Earnhardt?
No, it was just like some Nextel weird fucking all over print shirt.
Not worth it. Not worth it. Somebody had a smile on their face while they were getting ripped off. Or, well,
dude, I put on bids. I just kept on watching it go up, and I was like, dude, this is fucking sick. You guys are dumb.
you come to find out, there's actually something about it that is gonna flip it for $1,200, and you're a dummy.
Hey, I made what? I got 2,000% profit on it.
Props to you, especially after that crypto thing you got jammed up in.
Oh, Elon Musk, you fucked me.
All right, Gary, who do we have today?
We got Janey V here from the What Happens When I Die podcast. Both me and Jeremiah have both been on their podcast.
Definitely check it
out. It's a fun thing. Do you like thinking about death? Do you like thinking about what happens when you die? There's a podcast for you, and it's got Janey on. What's up, Janey?
Not a lot. Just slammed some fried rice.
Yeah.
Like literally, like let's go, and then
we feed our guests.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
Feed.
Yeah.
We actually gave him a straw and said, "Hey, it's rice. You can suck it up."
Yeah. And I tried.
Did
I
so
tried.
well.
Yeah. I
Did
tried.
so well.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty impressed.
That boys camp really worked out for you.
You would be surprised the number of skills I've gotten from boys camp.
Such as any knots in there you can teach us.
A lot of knots.
A lot of do's and don'ts and some knots and
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know. Bark you can eat.
Cinnamon, a lot of cinnamon.
A lot of cinnamon.
A lot of cypress trees making the parchment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where we're going with this. So Janey is a comedian, writer,
Musician. Occultist.
cultist, cult leader.
Yeah. Just absolute weirdo.
Hailing from Harker Heights.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I hail from there, but that's where I currently exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the spectrum of Texas.
Yeah. The Texas spectrum, yeah.
We're all kind of on the Texas spectrum.
Yeah.
Just like to know if you can confuse autism and Austin spectrum.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
It's on you. We've had a few.
All right, so we're gonna have a drinking game for those of you listening. Every time Gary says take a drink, and I promise you, by the time this is done, you'll be very drunk.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be better.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll work on it. Give us the backstory, Janey. Like, what got you into like the arts and entertainment, like writing, podcasting, occultist, all those other things that you guys mentioned.
Oh, man. So let's pick one of them and run with it, and then move to the other. We'll start
What got you to being the occult?
Oh, man, that is a long and arduous... Okay, so if anybody who's listening knows anything about the occult, you can, like, fast forward maybe about 7 minutes, because you've probably gone through a similar story. I was raised Christian. My father... Oh,
You're good.
I was raised Christian.
You're fine.
I was raised Christian. That's for... If you're listening to the audio, go watch the video, because that was a good bit.
Yeah.
Raised Christian, left the church when I was in my 20s and kind of didn't really know what I was doing spiritually with my life, so I became like a staunch atheist, so hardcore I joined the Satanic Temple, which is like secular humanism, but with like a tongue-in-cheek kind of like we worship the devil kind of stuff. And at that time, I was also getting into like sleight of hand magic and hypnosis and all of this stuff. So I was getting like...
So you were really working for the devil.
I was really working for the devil. Actually, so like what's really funny, what really made me just like close the book on God, or at least like the Western Christian God, was I was diving into magic and hypnosis, and at church, as a 20-year-old, I was showing people stuff, and then I started talking about hypnosis and showed a little hypnosis. And I had a youth leader, like the college-age youth leader, be like, hey, no more hypnosis stuff. We think only God should have control of people's minds. I was like, all right, you obviously don't understand what I'm doing, and, like, I don't belong here, so I'm going to leave. Became a Satanist for a while. That wasn't really doing anything for me. That and, like, Satanism is, like, 3 me. Like, it... No offense to the Satanists out there. I know some Satanists who are really cool, like genuinely good Satanists. My partner is a Satanist and is like one of my favorite people.
I'd hope so.
Yeah. She's easily top 15.
Fluctuates depending on the day.
Yeah,
always
it
top
does.
15.
Yeah, always top 15, sometimes top 10. So, no offense to Satanists. Just wasn't my bag. Especially like Levain Satanism gets like a little weird, like especially in one of the books when you get to like their thoughts on eugenics.
Oh yeah, no, it gets a little dark there.
Yeah, like it's
and
like
they don't like it dark.
Yeah, it's like very might is right, kind of like a little authoritarian. Like they're all like libertarian, but they have some very authoritarian views. And I'm not an authoritarian person. I grew up punk rock, so like not really my jam. And then I started reading this comic book called The Invisibles by Grant Morrison. Grant Morrison, back in 1992, was abducted by fifth-dimensional beings after climbing the monkey steps in Kathmandu. And they showed him like what all the universe was about, and he turned it into a comic book. Imagine like The Matrix, but instead of like computers and techno, it's like wizards.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's wizards, and like there's like a number of trans characters, and this is like 1991, 1992.
Like a super fun D&D campaign.
I have a hard copy of this book if you ever want to come over and read it. It's not allowed to leave my house, but if you want to come over and read it.
By the state of Texas, it's not allowed to leave the house.
Not allowed to leave my house. But like reading that and then diving into very basic rituals like sigil working and like lesser banishing rituals, I started to like really fall in love with it because I was getting results. Like I would do a sigil, which if you want a class on that, subscribe to the Patreon. So I would do sigil working, and I was noticing that like a lot of this stuff was working, and I was like, whoa, like this is crazy, magic is real. So I dived even deeper into it to the point where I was doing like full rituals, like butt naked, and had like candles and shit around me, and it was like chanting and screaming and like doing hallucinogenics to like make my magic more powerful.
That's just a Tuesday night for me.
Yeah.
That sounds like Gary's foreplay for his Tinder date.
Yeah. I'm doing it with magical intent and trying to make the world better, not just fucking. Sometimes fucking, not just fucking. But yeah, it was like a way for me to connect with like universe or God or whatever you wanna call it.
The ethos.
The ethos, all of it, the ether, the fucking
The Tao.
Yeah, big boss, whatever you want to call it. I've taken a step back from it just because the occult is... So I practice specifically something called chaos magic, which is like the punk rock version of magic. You had like old schools of magic where like, you've got to do it with this dagger or the demon won't listen. And
That's a finicky demon.
yeah, and then like chaos magic was like, no, it's the intent that's
Okay.
important. Like
Less gatekeeping.
less gatekeepy. Like the overall ethos of chaos magic is like the best representation of a sword is a sword, but a butter knife will do.
Okay.
You know, so like you work with what you got.
You can't afford that thing at the mall. So
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
a butter knife.
Like if it's just like so.
There's my plastic knife from Nami's work.
Yeah, like it's
Alright,
all
sick.
about. You want to hear a fun story? I did a ritual. I'm not going to name the bar or the people that are involved, but
Do I know this bar?
maybe.
Okay.
But I used to frequent a bar with some friends, and we would play music. You know the type of music I listen to,
Yeah.
which is a lot of punk, a lot of metal, a lot of ska, a lot of like not your normal like Texas.
Not Nirvana and Nickelback.
Yeah, you know, like I can only listen to so much like Silverstein pickups before I'm like, we've got to speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
get it.
fucking kill myself.
Yeah, get it more
You
intense.
and your lazy eye.
But so me and another friend who practiced the occult, we like quickly structured this ritual. Oh, they were skipping our music. We were playing music and they kept skipping it, and we went in to talk to them. They were like, "We don't know what you're talking about." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." So we go out and we harness the spirit of Bugs Bunny. We harness the spirit of Bugs Bunny, and the only way to describe it is we create like an esoteric, metaphysical hand grenade with this ritual. Like we encapsulate the spirit of Bugs Bunny into a bottle that we had just drank, and I'm not going to go into detail about the ritual, but it held the spirit of Bugs Bunny.
Did you come in this bottle?
No.
Okay.
Not this time. Cum is very important to magic. Aleister Crowley knew. Cum is very important.
I've messed with some witchy chicks. And
dude.
Cum is very...
Cum, it's like the two... It's like cum and period blood are like the two most...
The only time during sex I didn't want to come because I didn't know what you were going to do with it.
You're like, I don't know.
I take that condom with me.
So we have the bottle, and the way it was structured to go off is we would bring all of our cups in, we would leave, and every bar smashes the bottle in their big bag of bottles to avoid any kind of TABC issue. So we were like, okay, so it should be just confined to the bar. It goes off, and it will like ruin their day. That was it. I wanted like them to get stiffed on some tips. I was just like, I didn't want anything terrible to happen. I was just like, you guys are assholes. You don't deserve any money for the night.
Okay.
3 weeks later, the owner of the bar is fleeing to Mexico because of like some kind of crimes that may have happened. So everybody,
I do know this bar.
Yeah. So everybody in the bar loses their job. My buddy, who's a tattoo artist and practices the occult, has all of his bookings canceled on him for about a month. I had just got hired for a job, and they're like, "We'll send you the paperwork to fill out. It's going to come in 2 halves." They send me the first half. I never get the second half. I call a week after the ritual, and they're like, "Oh, we decided to go with somebody else." And I was like, "But you already sent me the paperwork." And
so you guys got hit with a dose of friendly fire.
Yeah, dude, we accidentally made like a little big boy of a little fat man of
Everyone
a fucking...
had a bad week in that 5 mile radius.
Yeah, dude, and like I talked to my buddy who's my best friend, who you may have met, Jacob, at the party, the ginger guy. Yeah. So he and I like were diving into the occult at the same time, and so I told him what happened. I was like, "Yeah, I used the spirit of Bugs Bunny." He's like, "You're a fucking idiot." And I was like, "What do you mean?" It's just like, Bugs Bunny is like the modern interpretation of Brer Rabbit, who's just like an American folklore god. Like, is like it, like yeah. So he's just like, you literally took one of the most mischievous American gods in the South and used him to try to ruin somebody's day? No, that is not how you use Brer Rabbit. And I was like, oh yeah, huh.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah, so I tend to just mostly stick to sigil working now.
Yeah. Because you try to nuke all of that.
Yeah, dude, I like, yeah, there's
some rabbit god.
Yeah, dude, like 3 bars, if you know the bar I'm talking about, like a bar on either side also shut down. Because of this thing I made. Yeah.
You're a wanted person now. As soon as I see your
metaphysically, dude, there are angels out there who are just like, I'm on Heaven's Most Wanted right now.
So how'd you get into music?
I like music. No, I grew up playing guitar. My dad was in a ska band. My dad was in a Christian ska band. And like, yeah.
I gotta give this a listen.
Yeah.
You have a name? Do they have stuff out?
No, I don't think they ever released anything.
God.
But if you know like the OG Supertones or the Insiders or 5 Iron Frenzy, it was like that kind of ska.
Oh, okay. Well, with God.
Yeah, well, those are all Christian ska bands. Those are all bands. They're just like, Jesus is a friend of mine. All those bands are that kind of ska. Yeah. And like I always just enjoyed making music. Like I would dabble with guitar. I was in a punk band for a little bit. Now I'm doing EDM production.
That's how it goes. I know a lot of dudes who used to do like punk rock stuff, and they always find themselves in EDM or like solo black metal projects.
Yeah. You go black metal, or you go like some sort of synthesizer based music, or you meet in the middle and do dungeon synth. Yeah. Like those are the 3 paths you have.
Or you listen to like that last AFI album, and you're like, I'm doing a post punk band.
I'm doing post punk now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do want to do a post-punk project.
Dude, it's good.
Yeah, I love post-punk.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, that new AFI album, whenever they're like, it's for post-punk, like, I was like, fuck this. But I listened to it, I'm like, this is phenomenal.
I haven't listened to it yet. My favorite post-punk album to come out in a while, well, I would consider it post-punk. Priest just released, well, they're more like synth-punk.
Okay.
Priest released an album, but it's very like Ministry kind of influenced, so it's synthesizer heavy, but it's still post-punk. And then The Garden, Horseshit on Route 66.
The Garden has been blowing the fuck
Dude, yeah,
up.
dude, so my brother got me into The Garden years ago. Like right before Kiss My Super Bowl ring came out. So 2019, 2020.
Okay.
And then Horseshit on Route 66 comes out, and now they're booked for fucking Coachella, dude.
Yeah, someone that I know like posted a bunch of pictures on Instagram from like, seeing The Garden. I was like, and I saw them on the stage. It's a huge fucking stage. Like, what happened here? How did this happen?
Dude. Yeah, I remember when because they're from California.
Yeah.
And I would follow Siege just what venues they were playing, and they were playing like small little dive bars.
Like 200, 300 cat value.
Yeah,
venues.
yeah. And now they're playing fucking Coachella. I'm proud of them, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime like something super underground can make it back like up to that level, like people are like, there's always those posters like, well, I like it better when they were used to be playing in front of 400 people.
Sold out,
Yeah.
man.
I'm like, I guarantee you The Garden was not like, we're so stoked to barely be able to pay for gas. And
Yeah, dude, yeah.
$100
It's like two brothers who live together.
Yeah.
Who are like, they're finally making it. And they both have solo projects. So they both have like 2 solo projects that they do. And then they also have 2 other bands that they perform with
Christ.
together. Yeah, so I think in total, like, both of them combined, I think they're like in 9 or 10
That's
bands.
their own MCU.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's great, dude. Yeah, the extended Fletcher universe is great. Like, if you're into Muzak, definitely check out Macabre Plaza.
Macabre Plaza, okay.
Really good. If you like mall music, Macabre Plaza is where it's at.
Okay.
It's hard to say. It's a very difficult name. I don't
We're
know why
gonna
they
make
named
a
it.
playlist with this episode. We're gonna
Yeah.
release a playlist.
Yeah, if you subscribe to the Patreon, you'll
Hey, we still don't have just yet.
yeah.
Well, now we've referenced it so many times we have to now.
Yeah, something like that.
Or the OnlyFans. We'll have to figure that out.
Well, we're working on content for those things. But either way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're gonna fucking cowboy up on the
Yeah.
22nd.
Oh yeah, and the 22nd we're gonna be cowboy boys.
Cowboy Boys?
Yeah, we're gonna be boys doing cowboy stuff.
Interesting.
We're gonna be riding a horse.
Oh.
I've never even touched a horse. For some reason, I've always wanted to ride one at least once. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm not country, I'm not cowboy, whatever. Just always something I thought would be cool. And then I was like, hey, that'd make decent content with me and him and
Yeah.
our producer who's in a probationary period right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, until one of you get kicked by the horse, and then the 25th we're doing a Cowboy Boy memorial service.
Be like, so Gary didn't make it.
Yeah, dude.
Gary. Well, so I don't like horses. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, we both don't like horses.
Yeah.
And like,
What's wrong with horses?
I can't read them, and like, I don't
Yeah.
like their ears.
I
and their
can't
eyes
read
are
horses,
dead.
and their kicks can fucking kill you.
There is that.
We literally built our entire civilization because of horses, and I'm okay with being cavemen.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it wasn't just horses. Actually, horses. We don't have time to get into horse history.
Yeah.
But
So
like,
how
it was
did-
more oxen.
All I know is
Yeah.
that I'm not going to stand directly behind it.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
beside it, in front of it, on top of it.
I do fuck with donkeys, though. Donkeys and mules, dude.
They
They're
have
great.
such personality. I
Yeah,
love
dude.
them.
There's a donkey that lives across the street from my house. Dude,
Oh, yeah?
He's great, except when it's like 3 a.m. and he's out there. Ah!
It's like having a big cat.
Yeah, dude. I love donkeys. If you come with a carrot, he'll just come and chill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to have a donkey. It was sick.
Yeah.
So how did you get into comedy?
Through music.
Yeah.
I was performing at a music open mic, and they were like, hey, on these days we do poetry. And I was like, oh, okay. So I did a couple of poems. And I was like, but I really want to do comedy, because I'm funny. So comedy is what I want to do. But there's no comedy open mics in the area. I only know poetry open mics. So I'm just going to write funny poems and hope that they work. The dog poem is a poem I used to perform
Oh, that's sick.
at poetry open mics.
See, that was like whenever we had open mics here in Belton. Well, not here in Belton. We're in Temple, but in Belton. I wanted to do funny stuff too.
Yeah.
But like I was like I can't do I told myself I couldn't do comedy.
Yeah.
But I could do open mic poetry, so we just add lines.
Yeah.
Like, in that poetry.
Yeah.
And people got laughs. I was like, all right, cool. and then eventually it turned into me going full on comedy.
Yeah. Same thing. I had a poem called "Terrible Decisions," and it was me just screaming, "I shouldn't kick that beehive," as loud as I could into a mic. I did actual poems, but I also loved doing just like, because I'm not a fan of slam poetry. I was when I was in high school, back when I was stupid.
Right.
But now, and I've heard some good slam poetry before people start at me on
calm down,
on
calm
Twitter,
down, guys.
you fucking nerds.
No, go after them, and not because I think that this is a bad thing what they were saying. So much so is, dude, any engagement.
Any engagement's good. Yeah, come cyberbully me.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of slam poetry, and then I grew up.
Don't we all?
Yeah, and then I just when I moved to Texas. No, I moved to Arizona. When I moved to Arizona after North Carolina, my buddy Jacob was living in Arizona at the time. He was doing stand-up comedy, so I started going out performing with him. And then I moved around a little bit more, ended up here, and then I started performing at the Foxhole, which is now Game Day? I don't know what it is now.
Yeah, it's Game Day.
Yeah, because it used to be Ernie's, and then it was
just a series of businesses.
Will Call, and then it was the Republic. And yeah, so.
Oh, I remember it was Republic.
Yeah, dude, back when that place was good.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. So I started performing comedy open mics there. Taiku, the coffee place that Danny used to own.
Cup of Joe?
No, Danny. Before he passed away, he owned Danny's Trannies.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he owned a coffee shop near there too. So just started doing that, and then also I used to write sketches with friends. So
you just blossomed into the comedy scene?
Yeah. I've just always been, because I did theater in high school too.
Yeah.
So I've always just been pulled to improv and stagecraft. So.
I used to do poetry to open up punk shows. I used to do spoken word stuff, and no one hates you more in a crowd than a bunch of punk kids who cannot wait for an 80s style hardcore band to play.
Hey, who the fuck told you that was a good idea?
Yeah.
My friends kept booking me. They were like, "No, you could open up the set." Or if a band was late, they'd be like, "Gary, we got 15 minutes. Get up there."
They're like, "Gary, we heard you have suicidal ideation. What if somebody else kills you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You should have brought a little Casio.
Yeah.
That you could play while you were doing your poetry. Add a little zhuzh to it.
As long as it was built after 1986.
Yeah. You need one of those old prang kind of Casios.
Like those old reggae Casios.
Yeah, the one that have the speaker right here to the left.
And it's always broken.
Yeah, those kind of Casios. That would have been great.
What was comedy like for you early on in Arizona, I guess?
Oh, it was bad, dude. I was not funny. But I went up and tried.
Yeah.
Arizona comedy, the Arizona scene, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's still kicking. But at the time, it was really big. There was a lot of venues to go and perform. But it's like performing in Austin. It was very cliquey. It was very kind of you're just performing for comics. But it was nice. I don't plan on getting famous doing comedy or music or any of this stuff. It's all just it's hobbies, I just
to keep the brain moving.
Yeah, dude. It makes my brain tingle.
Yeah.
So
you want to get famous in the occult?
Yeah, dude. Which getting famous in the occult is the exact same as never getting famous.
Nobody gives a shit about you until you're dead.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, no. So there's a lot of occult writers that I really, really like. And they self-publish on Amazon. You don't get famous in the occult. It's like trying to become a famous Buddhist monk. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, those are my favorite books though. Those self-published on Amazon.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it. We can release a book right now.
That's true. I've heard. Yeah.
And I can't wait to get. I ordered a couple of them recently, and I know they're gonna be bad. And I can't wait.
Yeah, I've gotten. My buddy got me some people who are self-published. Chuck Tingle, who writes avant-garde erotica. He writes really high concept. Let me pull up some of Chuck Tingle's titles. Let's see.
This is gonna be good.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I will say Janey has been one of the most interesting comics to
100%.
every time is we always reference weird shit. And
So, thank you. I appreciate that. I like being the weird. They wrote a horror novel called Straight.
Okay.
It's about cishet people.
Right.
Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt is one of their books.
that sounds like a punk band.
Yeah. Space Raptor Butt Trilogy.
Guys,
Wait, there's a trilogy?
Yeah.
I need all three.
My billionaire triceratops craves gay ass. I'm gay for my living billionaire jet plane. Not pounded by Romance Wranglers of America because their new... Oh, sorry, this is a very long title.
None of them were short except for the first one.
Not pounded by Romance Wranglers of America because their new leadership from the depths of the endless void.
Good lord.
Helicopter Man pounds dinosaur billionaire ass.
Oh, I knew one of them was coming out had ass in it again.
Slapped in the butt by my handsome laundry detergent pod.
Better than eating them.
A lot of dinosaurs.
A lot of dinosaurs. Yeah, so like Chuck Tingle is great because Chuck Tingle is like this autistic writer who, everybody's like, back when we legalized gay marriage in the U.S., everybody's like, what's next? Like, they're going to want to marry horses? And Chuck Tingle was just like, I mean, like, if that's the worst case scenario, like, I'm going to make, like, loving, consensual, gay horse billionaire relationships to normalize it. Like, you guys are, like, making a big deal out of nothing. That's not where anybody wants to go. But if that's what you're thinking, this is what it looks like.
So that just makes our talk, my
In
talk
case this
earlier.
is secretly your kink,
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah, don't be horse phobic.
Here's one of my favorite titles. My butt is comforted by the realization that I'm okay and everything will be all right.
That's enlightening.
Yeah, Chuck Tingle's great. He wrote his own tabletop role-playing game where you can play in the universe of where all his books take place.
Shout out to him. Is he still alive or not?
Yeah, he's still, you could follow him on Twitter if you wanted to. He's great. He's really funny.
Goddamn, I wish I kept my Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitter sucks.
Yeah, so I'm not going to get famous in the occult because of self-publishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Chuck Tingle's got all the pussy for
Yeah,
himself.
yeah, dude. Or you get on something like Scarlet Letter Press.
God,
which-
I haven't heard that forever.
They do, I believe it's called Scarlet Letter Press. They do
Sounds
like
kinky.
grimoires.
Okay.
So other occultists have worked with spirits and stuff, and then they'll publish those grimoires that you can get.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So with all these things like comedy and writing, stuff like that being kind of just like a side hobby, you think that's probably what it's going to be, and you'll end up like doing something else since you're not really trying to make it like a full-time thing?
I mean, so like me and my buddies have, I'm part of a sketch comedy group called Young American News, and we have a sketch comedy show kind of working its way down the pipeline very slowly. We've been working on it for a few years. We started during the pandemic.
Do you have anything out yet?
No, we're doing our first table read in about a month.
Okay.
And then we're going to record from there. It's all going to be released on Spotify.
Okay.
Because it's like an NPR parody.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like how we went all at the same time. We're so synced up now.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna go period at the same time next.
I feel
So
weird.
yeah, it's that like, and it's something I don't want to. If I got some recognition from it, that would be cool.
Yeah.
But you know, like, I'm one of those people that like once you get one set of eyeballs on a piece of art, it's made its value.
Yeah.
So like,
If you can pay your electric bill, you're fine.
yeah, if it could, that's cool, but it doesn't have to.
Yeah, yeah. Like, because you're doing it for the passion.
Your
'cause You
electric
Yeah.
love to do it.
Yeah, I do
Start with
comedy.
something small, dude, like Netflix or Tubi or something.
Yeah, like I do comedy just for comedy's sake. I like being funny on stage. I like being funny with my friends.
Yeah.
There's really no other, like, I don't want, like, if I got like a Netflix special, cool. I'm gonna fucking spend as much money as I can
Oh, yeah.
for it.
Take-
Like, it wouldn't even be funny. It would be my worst jokes.
Yeah, take all
Yeah.
that Netflix money.
Yeah, dude, high production value, mediocre ass jokes is what I would do.
You're gonna
Yeah.
have like one of us is writing your jokes in the back. Like, here, come on.
Yeah, I would kind of be like, so this entire set was written 15 minutes ago by my buddy Gary Sprague.
You just
Yeah.
pull up a coaster. You're like, all right, so you dyslexic fuck. What is that?
yeah. I can't read any of. Did you write this in crayon?
He's just like, yay,
Kanya
Kanye hates booze. It's a
Kanye
ghost
hates
joke.
Jaws. I don't get it.
Hates the booze.
I don't know who Kanye
Yay.
is, but they are not a fan of Spielberg movies.
Yeah,
Why are
no.
we gang after Khan? I don't get it. This is a Star Trek reference.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Con.
Sorry, I'm checking my phone because it just went off and it's... Oh, it doesn't matter.
So with the Arizona comedy scene, I know you kind of answered this, but I'm trying to drill down on it because you said you just like being funny on stage.
Yeah.
But with the Arizona comedy scene, you said it was like kind of cliquish. People didn't really support you. So I'm curious, what made you decide to like circle back around? If there's anything more than just wanting to do it and not really giving a shit what other people told you or thought.
Yeah, it's so like one of my biggest comedy icons is Andy Kaufman, which like 90% of his material nobody found funny.
Yeah.
You know, but he did it because it was something he had to do. He just like he was just like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I felt a similar way with my comedy. You know, that dog poem I've been performing for fucking 13 years.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, that was like
it's new to me. Well, it's not new, but it's like new to me.
Yeah. And you know, it's like I like that disruptor kind of. As much as I hate the term disruptor, I like that kind of.
It's avant-garde.
Yeah, because like, and it ties in with like the occult and ties in with a lot of like my spiritual beliefs. Is just like I love being that because you know I did magic and stuff. I love being that person who like you're so used to like 101101101 and then I'm like 2 and you're like what the fuck are you talking?
Okay, because you're non-binary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zeros, I don't like them.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mel.
Thank you, Mel.
So like that's one of my things is I just like being I don't know. Yeah, I like being like a chaotic force in the world.
Yeah,
but not chaotic into where like I'm hurting people's feelings or
Yeah.
I'm doing anything evil. I just like making people go. Yeah.
My favorite thing to do during your sets, because I've heard you do comedy multiple times, and like just watch new people watching your sets, because like the dog poem throws some people off. Because I've seen people go,
Yeah.
oh.
Those are I love when we have big crowds. When I perform that joke, I love locking eyes with the one person who does not get it. It is my favorite thing
Like,
to do.
why is he barking?
Yeah.
fucking
So
the shit out of 'em.
the dog poem to spoil it for everyone is I talk about how I have a poem from the point of view of my dogs to the mailman, and it goes like this, and then I bark until it's no longer funny to me. Sometimes it's 15 seconds. Sometimes it's a full 45
The
seconds.
longer it goes, the more excited I get.
Yeah, dude, I love when I can do it really long because I also do it in English afterwards, which is just me screaming "hey" over and over, and then ending with the question, "What are you carrying? What's in the bag?"
Yeah.
And I love the moment where I just lock eyes with one person, and they're just like, "I don't get what you're doing," and I'm just "Row, row, 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 row," and they're just like, "I don't get it." Like,
And you look at the same person when you go, hey.
I try to find a new person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because now they're getting it, but also they're like, what the fuck, why?
Yeah. So now they're like, because everybody like they finally get the first point. They're like, oh, haha, it's a poem from a dog, so he's barking. And then I do it in English, and it's basically the same joke. Yeah. And now they're like, okay, like now I don't understand why this is funny. Like it's now I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, and also like it's such a genius way to like you're saying like you said you're saying the joke twice.
Yeah.
And you're like adding time because there's some people like they cannot figure out how to like fill in time.
Yeah.
And like you can do that in like you said 45 seconds on the barking, and let's say you do 35 seconds.
Dude, I could do a full 5-minute set of just that joke
Okay.
if like I really wanted to. And my second favorite people to look for when I perform that joke are the comedians who either don't get it or hate it. There's a couple of people who come here to Corky's that do not like that joke. They do not find it funny. They found it funny the first time, and then every time I perform it afterwards, there's like, I want to say there's 3 or 4 of them who are just like,
not this fucking one again.
yeah. Like, the moment I set it up, I see all of them look at each other. And they're just like,
I
oh,
love it.
Great.
It's like, because, like I said, I love seeing the reaction of the audience.
Yeah.
So, like, and, like, I kind of know, I think I know who you're talking about, because I'm pretty sure
There's a number of people.
And, like,
yeah.
And I'll, like, look around, and I'm like, who am I going to look at this time?
Yeah. And, like, that's a joke for me. I don't give a shit if anybody else finds it funny.
Well, comedy is, like, when it comes down to, like, doing comedy, like, you're doing this shit for you. Like, like, I'm not, like, I love doing comedy, and I love doing this, and, like, but, like, I love doing the podcast, and the podcast is, like we get to talk to you, but also it's in a way, it's for an audience.
Yeah.
Because we're making content for
Yeah.
somebody. But like also, I love hanging out with people and talking about crazy shit.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, it's definitely, like, it's a scene. And, like, that's why I didn't really like the Arizona scene, and it's kind of why I don't like the Austin scene, it's not that, like, people are mean. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, there are a couple of people who,
Well,
like,
yeah,
are
there's
mean.
always going to be some people.
But, like, you can tell everybody is striving to be the... Or not everybody. A number of comedians are striving to be the next Netflix special.
Yeah.
And the comedians I really like, and there's a few of them that do exist in Austin, that are doing it just because they're like, wouldn't it be funny if I did this? And it's like, yeah, that's real funny. Those are the people.
See, that's my motivation most of the time. It's no. What the fuck? No.
Yeah, I love. There was a comedian back in Arizona that I absolutely loved who did a Jack Lemmon impression. And he'd be like, this is my Jack Lemmon impression, and he would put a lemon wedge in his mouth and then smile. And that's it. One of my favorite jokes. I laughed every time he did it. Half of the audience was just like, I don't get the joke. Or it was just like, that's dumb, that's not Jack Lemmon.
Yeah.
I thought it was the funniest thing, because it's like a stupid, like, that joke was for him.
Yeah.
And he performed it, and I was like, yeah, that's what you do. That's how you do true art. That's how you do art for
something that I'm
yourself.
trying to fucking figure out right now is
Yeah.
when a joke doesn't land was like, okay, first thing is like, did people not get it?
Yeah.
Or is it just not funny?
Yeah.
Because the reaction's the same.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, and then like you'll have like some jokes that like just make people uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
it's genuinely funny. But like I talked with Alex about the Terminator bit.
Yeah.
It's like
Alex.
white audience, Alex Cunningham.
Yeah, not everybody
Oh, yeah.
knows
Oh,
Alex
yeah.
on a first name basis. Shout out to him. Yeah, rocking
Yeah.
his merch today.
Alex Cunningham, like we talked about like how like white audiences get really uncomfortable when I mention like not drinking from the same water fountain as robots, because they're like they think like
Oh, they think it's like maybe a racial thing,
yeah,
or
and,
yeah.
But then like I'll see black audience members and they'll crack up.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
love
yeah.
The joke, and they're like, dude, that shit was funny, but like you have to play to certain audiences, but then also like if I say that joke and it's a bunch of white people who are just like, oh, I can't
Yeah.
talk, that joke now becomes my joke.
Yeah, for me, most of my performance is if there's one person laughing, that's who I'm performing for.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's like playing music. Whenever
Yeah.
you're playing music, if you can get 100 people in that venue, but 3 people like it, you're playing for those 3 people.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck if anybody else is like, there are some people in the scene who I know for a fact that like we are not fans of each other's comedy,
Yeah.
but I know that there's one person in the audience who enjoys this person.
Yeah.
And like, cool, that's fine. Like, not every art has to be for me.
The other thing is
know?
too, like when you brought up like you have people in there that hate that joke, and when I go perform, I'll even say it beforehand. I'm like, well, guys, I hope you guys are ready to hear the same shit you've been hearing for the past 2 weeks because
You're just working on it.
working on it. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you have to be that person to listen to it constantly while I'm.
Sorry you show up every week.
Yeah.
Just fucking chipping away at it, trying to make it work.
Yeah.
For something bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then that payoff at the end, like let's say you've been working on that joke and everyone's like heard like the same 4 renditions of it, and finally you find that mix that works, and then like I've had comedians like I've seen you work on that, and it finally like pieced together, and like you can tell like a genuinely good comedian who's out to look out for you is like it finally worked. You did really well. Keep going on it.
Yeah.
Because like in the end, like the Central Texas scene, like everyone's kind of looking out for each other, and everyone wants like I want you to do better.
Yeah.
And I want Jeremiah to do better.
Even the people who don't find like each other's sense of humor funny will still be like, hey, I noticed like you did this tweak. That's a better way to do that joke, or like. You're going out of your comfort zone with the type of comedy that you're doing. That's really cool. I'm glad that you're doing that.
And like this past week, I did a joke about a girl and a slur that she wanted me to say.
Yeah.
And Sharif like came up to me and was like, "Dude, that's a funny fucking bit. Like,
Yeah.
work on it."
Yeah.
He's like, "You still gotta work on it." He's like,
I
"But
forgot to
knock
give
it
you
out."
those tags for it. Remind me when we're done here to do that.
What?
That bit. I told you I had some tags for it. And I forgot to give them.
Oh yeah.
Remind me when we're done here.
And see stuff like that. Like if I heard you say a joke and I'm like, "Oh, Jane said it like this way, but like what if they said it like this?" I would go to you and be like, "Hey, Like, how do you feel about this?
Yeah,
and if you don't use it, then like you don't use it. That's no big deal.
There are a couple of jokes I've written that I'm like, these are very funny jokes, but they're not jokes for me. You should try these out with like some other comedians. I'd be like, here's a joke I wrote. I'm never going to be able to perform it. Like, that's just not my style of comedy.
Yeah.
Like, but I think it would work really well for you.
Yeah.
Try that joke out. And I've had other comedians do the same.
Something like that too.
Yeah.
They don't always get used, but I'm like, I don't care if you don't use it. Either way, like you said, I can't.
Yeah.
It's not going to work for me.
Yeah. It's not, this isn't my style of humor. Somebody take this. Because I'm still proud of it.
No, kidding. No, yeah, it's just...
Yeah, like, because Gary's slur bit was mine. And I was like, it's funnier to review as a white dude.
Yeah.
So this is my experience.
Yeah, this is my experience, but you're a cishet white man. It's going to be funnier if you say it.
Like, go for it. Be like, wait, I don't want to say this.
No, hit it hard.
In the back of his head, he's thinking, God, I just want to get you to get your ass kicked.
yeah. You guys, I did it. Gary's gonna say it.
You owe me $50. You owe me $50.
We finally got rid of him.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
Oh no. So, what inspired the What Happens When I Die?
I'm afraid of death.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an anxiety I've always had. Turns out, if you're raised in the church, and if you're told that God loves you so much that he thinks you're worthless, and if you don't follow all of his rules, he's going to send you to hell, makes you afraid to die.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. So I talked to my therapist, and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this podcast as, like, confrontational therapy of, like, I'm afraid to die, so I think talking about it with other people is just going to make it... It's going to make me less afraid, or at least get rid of the anxiety.
Yeah.
Because, like, I used to have full-blown panic attacks about death. I mean, like, going to the hospital at 3 in the morning because I thought I was having a heart attack, anxiety attacks. Like, one time, I used to work at Target, and I saw an old man in one of the little scooter baskets, and I looked at him, and my brain went, one day you'll be that old, and then you're dead. And I was like, ah! Like,
unless you're going to tell me you dropped dead in front of you, you're like, oh, fuck.
No, dude.
Or you could be 91 years old and still doing comedy.
Yeah, fuck,
like
dude. I hope
Irv.
not.
Shout out Irv.
Shout out Irv, but I hope not, dude. I don't want to good on him. It looks good on him.
Yeah.
Not going to look good on me. But yeah, so I used to have, like, mad death anxiety, and this was, like, a safe way to talk about it with other people and then get other people's opinions on it. Because, like, everybody's going to die.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Everybody's going to die.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to die.
Yeah.
We have a live audience
We
today.
have a live audience close to death.
Yeah. We have everybody in one way, shape, or form is kind of close to death in our
Some
audience.
closer than others.
We're all the closest we'll ever be.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's a terrifying thought.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So-
Yeah. Or no, we're all the furthest we will ever be from dying.
So,
Like,
Jeremiah,
in that moment.
I have a question for you.
Okay, what's up?
So, let's say when you die, would you rather it be nothingness, like black, like
No.
just, or would you rather be an earthworm?
Sure.
You go earthworm?
Yeah.
Yeah. We
I
had
got-
this. That was like 20 minutes of the episode you were on.
Yeah. I
Well,
heard
cause
that.
when
Brew and shit. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, well, because like the whole thought process when I originally like had that idea was like, if you are a earthworm and you have all these memories from your past life, whether it was if you were terrible, then like you have to live in your own personal hell of knowing that you're an earthworm and you're just like eating shit and dirt, but you know you were a terrible person.
Listen, that's me now. But the difference is an earthworm. I don't pay taxes. I don't have to worry about existential crises.
Yeah, dude.
But-
and if you're done with it, you just wiggle up onto the sidewalk and let the sun take you.
Yeah.
But what if you are an earthworm in a third world country that has no sidewalk?
Then you just wiggle up onto the ground and you let the sun take you. Like, the sun exists in third world countries.
Bird, I mean, like.
Yeah, or a
something.
bird.
True.
Yeah, maybe like maybe I can participate in the circle of life by having like a little Indonesian kid use me on a hook as bait.
Or you ever thought like
No.
people who are afraid of birds were earthworms that went up to the soil surface and got eaten by a bird?
Oh, dude, that's probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I believe in reincarnation, but like if I did, yeah, probably.
If you're afraid of birds, that's probably why.
If you're afraid of birds, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know.
You know
Yeah.
there's people that think that birds aren't real?
Oh
They're
yeah. What are those called? Fucking idiots. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they
Hey,
stay on the
he's
power
following
lines.
Reddit.
Yeah.
They recharge on the power lines, and the Earth is flat.
What is a conspiracy theory you wholeheartedly believe? And I want like a low-level conspiracy theory.
Oh, low level.
Low-level conspiracy theory.
What? Give me an example of a low level conspiracy theory.
I think that I think name brand shampoos and conditioners and everything water their product down.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're paying a lot more for less.
Okay. It's kind of it's on an international scale, but yeah, it is like
Mine-
small,
mine
like
used-
JFK or something.
Yeah. Mine used to be like the peanut butter companies were selling us less peanut butter, and then I found out it was a fact.
Yeah, with more
Because
oil.
The dent, the dent.
Oh, yeah,
in
the dent in the bottom, too.
It gets taller, and
Yeah.
I found out, and like the whole conspiracy.
Yeah,
thing,
it's shrinkflation.
And I sent like 15 emails to Jeff. I was like,
Was this during the manic phase?
yeah.
You're just like, you sons of bitches, I know you're taking my peanut butter.
I was very upset and like I was manic depressed. I was like,
Was this a back and forth or just one after another?
dude, this is one after another.
Like daily?
Like this was like.
There's a
6
video
times-
of him scooping the peanut butter out, and it's just like, look at my fingers aren't going that deep.
And I masturbated with the peanut butter, and I was like, this is what I'm doing it for.
How much cocaine was involved in this?
None. Just very, very depressed.
Good lord. All right. Well, low level conspiracy theories. I don't know that I have one, to be honest with you.
No? Or you can do like a mid-grade.
Mid-grade.
That. Oh no,
Give
that's
me an
not.
example of a mid-grade.
Bigfoot is real, and he travels through portals, and the FBI and CIA know it.
Have you
Okay.
heard the national park theory?
No.
So it's like national parks have always been said that they have like wendigos
Yeah.
and like these spiritual beings out in these forests, and they didn't want people to die in these forests. So the president that did Roosevelt, he knew about all these, and he made the park service to keep all of these creatures contained. That way.
That's a Netflix movie.
That way humans didn't encroach on their
So he like
land.
Jurassic Parked it? He was just
Yeah.
like, we're gonna make some containments.
We
That
tried
way-
shooting him. That didn't
Yeah.
work.
That way wendigos weren't getting out in main society to kill people.
Yeah.
And it gave them a sanctuary that like they basically agreed upon. You guys stay here. We don't encroach on this. We're going to do shit elsewhere.
Wendigos are scary, but I'm more afraid of window stays.
So I found my small to mid-level conspiracy. The Big Macs have gotten smaller over the years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, dude. They're
Yeah.
just Macs
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
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 Eventually they're going to be small Macs. They're going to be kids Macs.
Yeah, they're gonna be little Mac.
We Max.
McDonald's,
Mac.
get on your fucking shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you, McDonald's. It's delicious and it's poison.
Yeah. Use the
Alright.
code fuck McDonald's on your McDonald's app.
Yeah.
25% off.
What if it
I
works?
do have a really, really hot take if you guys want to hear it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So my hot take, this is involving food because I'm a fat fuck. We were just talking about McDonald's.
Yeah.
Is that when we're talking about burgers, right? You know, you have your like burger joints. Like, oh man, this is the best burger you've ever tried. To me, they all taste the fucking same. I'd rather go to a chain place, not just a fast food place, but like there's a place. I don't want to shit on anybody, so I'm not gonna drop any names. But there's a couple of places here in the Central Texas area that are known for their burgers, locally owned places. I don't have anything bad to say about them. It's just the burgers are not that good.
It's
To
just
me
a burger.
personally, they taste all the same, whereas I feel like, dude, a burger from Chili's or IHOP for some reason fucking slaps.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And the bacon stacker, or they call it the Bacon King
It's
now.
a cigarette ashes in
At,
it.
at fucking
This-
Burger King is just, and of course Whataburger, but you know.
I can't stand Whataburger. I mean, not Whataburger, Burger King.
Yeah. I had Burger King for the first time
Have you
in
guys
like
ever tried
years.
the Bacon King or Bacon Stacker?
Yeah, I
Doesn't
wasn't a
matter.
fan.
Dude, I love it. That's
Yeah.
the only burger I get from there.
Here's my burger hot take. Smash burgers are better than any other kind of burger.
If done correctly, I can see that.
If done
I've
correctly.
had some bad smash burgers.
If done correctly, but like, there's just something about like the press and
Because
the
it gets that
fucking
crisp and
that
shit.
crisp to it, dude. I would take a smash burger over like a fat patty any day of the week.
Unless it's like one of those like edgy restaurants, and they're like, hey, this little sliver of two patty is gonna be $45.
Yeah.
It doesn't come with fries.
But I would take a Steak and Shake, a Freddy's, an In-N-Out
Dude, steak and fucking shake, bro.
any
Anything
day.
else on Smash Burgers though?
Yeah, they're smash burgers.
Are they?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Steak and
Yeah,
shake.
they're on the thicker
The
end,
turtle
but-
milkshake at Steak and Shake, fucking
Dude, those things are endangered. Man.
Gone.
That's
So-
not good.
In danger?
Yeah.
Oh, turtles. I had to explain it to everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody else missed it. That's fine.
Yeah.
yo, you just missed that.
That's fine. Great. We're coming up to the last little segment here.
Okay.
Where first we take our shirts off. No, I'm just kidding. Basically, from your perspective, which is interesting because I guess you're potentially, we've never asked and it never popped into my head because we don't plan these out whatsoever. Yeah. For somebody who wants to likes the arts, right, entertainment, stuff like that, doing it just as like a creative outlet, just for fun, because there's a lot of people out there that say like, well, there's no point in doing it because it's not gonna make me any money.
Yeah.
I guess specific advice for somebody that just wants to do it, I'm assuming your whole life.
Yeah.
Just as a hobby, not necessarily like, hey, I'm not trying to make it big in this, I just like doing it.
Yeah.
Advice, words of wisdom, recipes for smash burgers, whatever.
So the best advice that I could probably give is just fucking do it.
I like
just do it. Like
Nike's gonna sue you, bro.
Yeah, just fucking, just fucking do it. There,
Just fucking do
just
it.
fucking do it. Cause like,
Cease and desist letter on Patreon.
If I ever am interested in a hobby, I go and do that hobby. I start small, and then if I like it, I'll continue. I have like 19 hobbies, from like building Gundams to doing collage to music to comedy to doing the occult, all of that stuff. If I was just like, oh, this sounds interesting to me, start small, do it. If you're like, oh, I'm thinking about getting into whittling, then go, like, there's whittling kits you can get online, and like start and try it. And if you don't like it, fine. You spent $15 on a whittling kit and you didn't enjoy it. Cool. Move on to the next thing. Find something, some sort of form of catharsis, because I think that's what it is. It's a combination of creativity and catharsis. It's a combination of speaking, getting some sort of outlet, both creativity-wise, but then also like emotionally. Because like I have friends who like they wake up, they go to work, they come home, they get high, they go to bed, and that's all they do for 5 days a week. And they don't have any kind of outlet, and they're just like, I'm sad. And it's like, yeah, dude, you're stuck in a fucking rut. Do something.
Yeah.
As somebody who was like gonna kill themselves last month, like, go out and do something. It's like the idle hands are literally the devil's plaything.
Oh, yeah.
You can't tell if it's clinical depression until you've exhausted these other options.
Yeah, dude, exhaust every other option. Do as many things as you can. If you're just like, oh, I want to get into record collecting, but I don't have a lot of money. Well, dude, you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Like, we've got maybe 20 years left as like a civilization. Like, go and get a fucking record. Like, be smart. Pay your bills first, and if you have $15 left over,
get a
go and buy
credit
something.
card, max it out, make minimum payments, fucking go for it.
Yeah, dude, if you want to, genuinely. No, genuinely, if you want to. Like, it's...
Casey Neistat, he built his career off of maxing out his credit card because he bought a laptop, a computer, and a camera, and now he's at where he is now.
Yeah, dude, like, genuine, and like, there's also a lot of luck that's in it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're, like, don't do this stuff because you want to get famous. Don't do anything because you want to get famous. Do it because you feel like you need to do it, or because you really want to.
Yeah.
And like
sex tape plans.
Yeah, and slowly get into it. Like, I'm huge into synthesizers, right? I've slowly been collecting little like $200 synthesizers over time, and now I have like a pretty good array that I can fucking boop beep beep boop, boop with, and it's great. Yeah, and like same thing with like collaging. I subscribe. It turns out you can get a lot of free magazines if you pretend to be a dentist's office. So like I just stocked up on magazines and bought like, you could buy big packs of canvas board from Amazon. Yeah. And you can fucking collage. Glue sticks are like, 15 cents a pop.
Mod Podge is super easy to get to.
Yeah, dude. Like,
no, I'm waiting for your fucking house to show up on Yelp or Google Maps as a dentist's office.
Yeah, dude. I think my name was like Dr. Dentist. It was like Dr. Dentist. But like, yeah, like literally, just go out. I challenge you, and it's the same thing with the occult. If you're interested in doing the occult, just go and do it. Yeah. I challenge.
Don't summon Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like it's 2023. We have one more year until, or what? No, we have like 6 more years until the second Blade Runner movie happens.
Yeah.
So like,
looking forward to that.
Go out. Just go out and do something, because you're gonna fucking die one day. You are going to fucking die. You are going to fucking die one day.
I'm gonna die. You're gonna die.
And I don't want you to be on your deathbed being like,
ooh, you're gonna die.
You're
gonna die.
All right, we get it.
I should have learned electric guitar. It's like, yeah, dude, go and do it. If you don't have fun, then sell the fucking guitar and buy something new. I'm sorry I'm getting so angry about this. A lot of it is directed at me, because I just turned 30, and for like a while I was like, oh, like I want to get into synthesizers, or I want to get into this stuff, and like I didn't do it. And like now as an adult, like I was like, yeah, okay, like I'm not gonna, you know what, instead of Netflix for this next year, I'm gonna fucking buy a synthesizer, cancel my Netflix subscription.
Show.
Yeah, dude, and then fucking pirate it, dude. Commit crimes, follow your passions. That's what I'm saying.
So right now, I'm recording recording this podcast, not only on this, but I have a 1988 Panasonic Omni movie that I'm recording on VHS.
Which,
because
by the way, if a 19 say it against 19 what?
1988
And
Panasonic Omni movie.
okay, if somebody can look that up, is it just me or Janey weigh in on this? That looks like something like a voyeur would use.
Yeah, dude, that's definitely like sex dungeon camera.
Oh yeah, that's a slutty.
Yeah,
porno
dude, that's
camera.
a sex dungeon camera.
Like-
No, not slutty porno. This is like you have to go to a rest stop to buy a copy.
I just hope that they Lysoled it or you Lysoled it when you got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no.
It's got a smell coming from that way, actually.
It's great. I bought that because I was like, I love analog movies.
Yeah.
And I love analog like film and stuff like that. And I saw that it was like $30, and
Yeah.
I was like, why would it not be fun?
Yeah.
And I can have VHS bullshit.
Yeah. Dude, collect things. I've spent over $3,000 on board games. I play them maybe like 3 times a year, but I'm still like I love that collection.
Yeah.
You like to have them.
You know, and Gundams. I spent in 6 months. I spent $2,000 on plastic model kits.
Yeah. Have fun.
Yeah, have fun, dude. Do something. Go out and do something. Even if you're not good at it, if it puts a smile on your face and makes you want to kill yourself a little bit less, then fucking do it.
Love it. Go out, do something, just do the thing.
Commit crimes.
Commit crimes, follow your passions.
Follow your passions.
Can we get that on a shirt? Commit crimes, follow your passions?
Boof and edible.
Oh, please.
Wrap up the podcast because you're running out of time and they called the cops because Gary was yelling at random customers. Janey, thank you so much for coming out, man.
Yeah, thanks for
It is always
having
a
me.
pleasure
Yeah.
hanging out with you.
One of my favorite people.
Absolutely same.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Like, subscribe, share with your friends, share with strangers, share with people that hate you because why not?
Yeah, you can go to a website and get a QR code made, and you can just like print that QR code out 100 times, leave it in fucking bathrooms, leave it at nurseries, leave it in potted plants, like just
Your
leave
grandma's house?
your grandma's house, dude, on the fucking tape it on a table at a fucking Bennigan's, like
I fucks with Bennigan.
yeah.
No, go to a Chili's and tape it to every table on Chili's.
Yeah, no, yeah, like legitimately.
Instead of the menu,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, commit crimes, follow your passions.
Do that for us. Because this is a Basuda Triangle podcast, and as always, stay trashy.